Chapter 12 The Loch Ness Monster. Before you read, the world is full of unexplained, mysterious, and we are still working towards trying to unravel them. These mysteries add an element of intrigue and also create a lot of interest for academicians and scientists to solve them. They developed from stories that are passed on from one generation to another. At times, they are labeled as fables or folklore. Read on about one such mystery. Deep in the depth of a lake in Scotland called Loch Ness lives a mystery. The mystery is a creature that hundreds of people claims to have seen in the water. Some believe it's a large dinosaur-like creature with the long neck and flippers. Others believe it is simply a large catfish or even some fallen branches from the nearby forest. The creature, whether it exists or not, is called the Loch Ness Monster or Nessie, and it has been a legend for hundreds of years. The first sighting. One of the first mentions of the monster of Loch Ness is in the life of Saint Columba by Adomnan, written in the 7th century CE. Saint Columba was an Irish missionary who came to Scotland to introduce Christianity. It is said that Saint Columba stopped at Loch Ness to fight a beast that had been killing people in the lake. He intervened by invoking the name of God and commanding the monster to go back with all speed. The Loch Ness monster retreated. Popular sightings. In 1933, a new road was being constructed along the lake's shore, so the drivers had a clear view of the loch. On May 2nd that year, the Inverness Courier reported that a local couple claimed to have witnessed a large animal emerge from the lake. The story of the Loch Ness monster became a media sensation, with London newspapers sending correspondents to Scotland and a circus offering a give £20,000 reward for the capture of the beast. After that, another couple claimed to have seen the beast on land, crossing the shore road. Several British newspapers, including London's Daily Mail, sent reporters to Scotland. The Daily Mail even hired hunter Marmaduke Wetherill to capture the famous Loch Ness monster. After a few days of searching for the Nessie, Wetherill reported finding footprints of a large four-legged animal. In response, the Daily Mail carried the dramatic headline, "Monster of Loch Ness is not legend but a fact." This news spread across the nation and several tourists came to Loch Ness. They would sit in boats or wait on the deck chairs for the monster to make an appearance. The footprints reported by the Daily Mail were sent to the British Natural History Museum, and it was later discovered that the prints belonged to a hippopotamus. This finding put a stop to the growing Loch Ness monster mania, but fables of sightings continued. In 1934, a photograph of the alleged monster started circulating around the world. Some speculated the popular Nessie was indeed the last remaining Pelisasaurus. The aquatic species was believed to have died off with the rest of the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. Others were skeptical about this theory as Loch Ness was frozen during the ice ages. If the creature had made its way into the river Ness, it wouldn't have been able to survive the frigid temperatures. Some even reported that people were seeing sitches on the surface of water caused by the inflow of cold river water into a warmer loch. The legend continues. Investigators still believe that the monster exists or existed at some point of time in the last century. In the 60s, certain British universities even sent expeditions to Loch Ness. The team used sonar to search the deep waters. Even though nothing conclusive was found, the sonar operators detected large moving underwater objects that could not be explained. Boston's Academy of Applied Science combined sonar and underwater photography is an expedition to Loch Ness in 1975. A photo was taken that appeared to show the giant flipper of a pelisaur-like creature. Further sonar expeditions in the 1980s and 1990s resulted in more tantalizing but inconclusive readings. In 1994, it was revealed that the famous 1934 picture of the monster was a hoax. This deflated the enthusiasm of the investigators worldwide. Stay complete the rhyme of the ancient mariner. Before you read, did you ever get yourself involved in a situation from where you had to find a way out? What was the situation? And what did you do to get yourself out of it? The mariner stops one of the three wedding guests to narrate the tale of his ship and his fate. The guest is reluctant to listen to the tale as he did not want to miss the wedding. Still, he is forced to be the listener of a tale he has no relation with as the mariner goes on. The sun now rose upon the right. Out of the sea came he, still hid in mist, and on the left went down into the sea. And the good south wind still blew behind. But no sweet bird did follow, nor any day for food or play came to the mariner's hollow. And I had done a hellish thing, and it would work amboy. For all a word, I had killed the bird that made the breeze to blow. Ah, wretch, they said, the bird to slay that made the breeze to blow. Nor dim nor red, like God's own head, the glorious sun oppressed. Then all averred, I had killed the bird that brought the fog and mist. I was right, said they, such birds to slay that bring the fog and mist. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. We were the first that ever burst into that silent sea. Down dropped the breeze, the sails dropped down. I saw, I was sad as sad could be, and we did speak only to break the silence of the sea. All in hot and copper sky, the bloody sun at noon. Right up above, the mast did stand, no bigger than the moon. Day after day after day, we stuck, nor breathe nor motion, as ideal as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. Water, water everywhere, and all the boats did shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. The very deep did rot, O Christ, that ever this should be. Yeah, slimy things did crawl with legs upon the slimy sea, about in reel and rout. The death fires danced at night, the water like a wick's oils, burnt green and blue and white, and some in dreams assured were of the spirit that plagued us so. 9 fathom deep he had followed us from the land of mist and snow, and every tongue through utter drove was withered at the root. We could not speak no more than if we had been choked with soot. Ah, well a day, what evil looks had I from old and young. Instead of the cross, the albatross about my neck was hung. Summary: this part of the rhyme of Ancient Mariner starts with the mariner stopping one of the three guests who was attending a wedding. Despite the guest's efforts to leave the place, the mariner proceeds with his tale, thereby forcing the guest to stay put. The mariner begins his tale with the direction his ship was heading towards and the prevalent weather conditions and how the southward wind still blew. The mariner unburdens the guilt of having killed the bird without any provocation to the guest. He also mentions that it was third bird that made the breeze blow. His crew was in total disagreement with him for the awful sin he had committed. After they chastised him, the sun rose up and the wind started to blow. Immediately, the crew changed their mind and proclaimed that the killing was justified as it had brought the mist and fog. But the favorable conditions did not last long and the ship was stuck again. The winds didn't blow and the sun shone brightly. They were in the middle of silence, like a painted ship on a painted ocean. The sailors believed that the spirits had followed their ship from the land of mist and snow, and now the mariner was to be blamed for such a sin and being the cause of hunger, thirst and discomfort. Everyone around him looked at him accusingly for the deed he committed, and then the other mariners hung the albatross around the neck of the ancient mariner so that he is reminded of the crime he committed and the miserable conditions that the crew had to face on account of this.